Have you ever felt like your energy has slowly leaked away over the years, but you can't quite explain why? You get enough sleep, you try to eat decently, maybe you even take your vitamins, but that fire inside, the one that used to get you up and moving, has dimmed. And it's not just about being tired. It's about feeling dull, heavy, and like you've lost a piece of yourself. If this hits close to home, you're not alone. Thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond are unknowingly facing a hidden problem. It's not often talked about, and yet it plays a powerful role in your strength, drive, memory, and even how well your heart works. I'm talking about copper deficiency. Yes, copper. That tiny trace mineral you rarely think about might just be the silent drain on your male energy. I'm Dr. James Wood. I've worked with men over 60 for more than 3 decades, helping them reclaim their vitality naturally, without relying on endless pills or feeling like age has won. And in today's video, I'll walk you through the sneaky signs of copper deficiency, what it's doing to your body, and most importantly, what you can do to turn it around starting today. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This way, you'll always stay in the loop with straightforward, research-backed health tips made just for folks over 60. And here's a small favor. If you find this video helpful, type boost in the comments. If not, type skip. Your honest feedback helps shape better content tailored to your needs. Let's get started. Sign 1. Constant fatigue that no amount of rest fixes. Let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten 8 hours of sleep, but still woke up feeling like you never closed your eyes? That dragging sensation in your limbs, the fog in your head, the lack of drive to start your day. It's more than just getting older. In many men I've treated, this kind of unshakable fatigue is one of the first and most overlooked signs of copper deficiency. You see, copper plays a direct role in how your body creates cellular energy. It's involved in the production of something called ADP, adenosine triphosphate, which is the very fuel your cells run on. If you don't have enough copper, that fuel production slows down. It's like trying to run your car on a nearly empty tank. No matter how much sleep you get, your body can't refuel properly. Here's what I tell my patients. Copper isn't about giving you a temporary boost like caffeine. It's about helping your cells work better at the most basic level. Without enough of it, your mitochondria, the batteries inside your cells, start to struggle. And when your batteries are weak, everything from muscle repair to brain focus takes a hit. One man in his late 60s came to me complaining that he felt tired in his bones. That was the exact phrase he used. He had no idea why. He wasn't depressed, and his blood work looked mostly fine. But when we tested for trace minerals, his copper levels were far below optimal. Within weeks of correcting that, he told me, "Dr. Wood, I finally feel like myself again." Now here's the tricky part. Copper deficiency often doesn't show up clearly on basic lab panels. It's subtle, but it builds over time. And unfortunately, many multivitamins made for men either skip copper entirely or include forms that are poorly absorbed by older bodies. Your digestive system changes as you age, and so does your ability to absorb trace minerals efficiently. And let's not forget, certain habits can also drain your copper stores. If you've taken antacids or acid-reducing medications for years, or if you've had frequent antibiotics, your body might not be absorbing copper well. Even high zinc intake, common in men taking prostate support supplements, can push copper levels even lower since the two minerals compete for absorption. So what can you do? First, recognize that this isn't just normal aging. Constant fatigue is your body waving a red flag. Second, talk to your doctor about checking not just your copper levels, but also ceruloplasmin, a protein that transports copper in your blood. This gives a fuller picture of what's really happening inside. And third, start looking at your diet. Foods like liver, dark chocolate, nuts, especially cashews, seeds, mushrooms, and leafy greens are all excellent sources of copper. But be honest, how often are you actually eating these? If the answer is rarely, it may be time to make a shift. Fatigue may feel like a mysterious thief that steals your energy little by little. But in many cases, it has a name, and copper deficiency could be one of the culprits. The good news? It's fixable. You're not broken. Your energy isn't gone for good. It just needs the right kind of support. Let's keep going, because fatigue is only the beginning of what this silent deficiency can do. Sign 2. Shortness of breath and poor circulation. Have you noticed yourself becoming winded after just a short walk? Maybe climbing a flight of stairs leaves you pausing to catch your breath. It might not be your heart. It might not even be your lungs. What I've seen in men over 60 is that one of the most overlooked causes of shortness of breath and cold hands or feet is, yes, copper deficiency. Let me explain why this happens. Copper is essential for the proper function of an enzyme called cytochrome C oxidase, which is crucial for oxygen transport at the cellular level. Without enough copper, your red blood cells can't carry and use oxygen efficiently. So even if you're breathing deeply and your lungs are fine, your cells aren't getting the oxygen they need. That's why you feel winded, weak, or like your stamina just isn't what it used to be. Here's something else I tell my patients. Copper is also required for the production of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen. In fact, low copper often mimics iron deficiency anemia, except iron levels appear normal. You could be showing signs like pale skin, dizziness, chest discomfort, or poor circulation, and no one thinks to test your copper. I remember working with a man in his early 70s. He was proud of still doing yard work and staying active, but he came to me frustrated. He said, "Dr. Wood, I feel like I'm getting winded easier and my fingers are freezing even in spring." His blood tests showed borderline low copper, and his ceruloplasmin was even lower. After just 2 months of copper-rich dietary changes and targeted supplementation, he called to say, "I got through my whole yard this week without needing to sit down once. And my hands actually feel warm again." Now, circulation issues linked to copper deficiency aren't just about comfort. They affect erectile health, brain function, and healing. Your blood needs to flow smoothly and efficiently to nourish your tissues. When copper is low, your blood vessels lose elasticity. That means they can't expand and contract properly, making you more prone to cold extremities, numbness, and even blood pressure problems. And let's not forget, copper also supports the formation of collagen and elastin, the fibers that make up your blood vessels. Without enough of it, your vascular system weakens, leading to poor blood delivery where it matters most: your brain, your muscles, even your intimate areas. If you're sitting there thinking, "Well, my hands have been cold for years," don't brush it off, especially if it's paired with shortness of breath, pale skin, or feeling lightheaded when standing. These are signs your circulation may be compromised, and copper could be part of the solution. To support better oxygen use and stronger blood flow, start adding copper-rich foods like sunflower seeds, shiitake mushrooms, spirulina, and yes, dark chocolate. I often recommend patients pair these foods with sources of vitamin C to improve absorption. Copper deficiency doesn't scream. It whispers. It's in the shortness of breath. It's in the cold fingertips. It's in the energy that slips away day by day. But once you notice the signs, you can take steps to correct it, and the improvement in how you feel can be night and day. Ready to uncover the next subtle but powerful sign of copper deficiency? Let's keep going. Sign 3. Loss of libido and bedroom vitality. Let's talk about something that a lot of men over 60 silently struggle with, but rarely bring up at the doctor's office. Your drive, your spark, that sense of desire and connection that once felt effortless. If your interest in intimacy has faded or your performance feels unreliable, you might be blaming age, stress, or relationship issues. But I want you to consider something else that's often overlooked: copper deficiency. Yes, copper. It's not the first thing people think of when it comes to male health in the bedroom. But copper plays a hidden, powerful role in hormone regulation and blood flow, two critical factors for maintaining a strong, healthy libido. Let me explain. Copper supports the function of the pituitary gland, which sends signals to your testes to produce testosterone. And testosterone is what fuels everything from your desire to your stamina and overall vitality. When copper is low, the communication between your brain and your body gets fuzzy. Your testosterone may drop, and you start feeling off, not quite yourself, not just physically, but emotionally too. Here's what I tell my patients. This isn't about manhood or ego. This is about feeling like you again. I had a gentleman in his mid-60s who told me he had all but given up on his intimate life. He said, "Dr. Wood, I just don't have it in me anymore." But when we looked closer, his mineral levels were off, especially copper. We adjusted his diet, supported his gut health, and added a small, well-absorbed copper supplement. Within 8 weeks, his energy returned, and so did his confidence in the bedroom. That's the thing. Your body wants to thrive. It wants to be strong and responsive, even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. But it can't do that when key ingredients like copper are missing. There's another layer to this, too. Copper is a crucial part of nitric oxide production, which helps your blood vessels relax and dilate. Without enough nitric oxide, your circulation suffers, including in areas vital for intimacy. Poor blood flow equals poor performance. It's that simple. And once again, low copper can be at the root. You might also notice other subtle signs: low mood, irritability, or lack of emotional connection. These aren't just mental or emotional problems. They're often biochemical. Copper plays a role in dopamine production, the feel-good chemical linked to reward, desire, and motivation. When copper is deficient, dopamine drops. So even if you want to feel more connected to your partner, you might find yourself checked out or numb. If this resonates with you, don't just accept it as the new normal. Start by eating more copper-rich foods. Beef liver, almonds, sesame seeds, and avocados are excellent choices. And take a good look at any zinc supplements you're taking, because excess zinc can block copper absorption. Remember, your drive and bedroom vitality aren't lost. They may just be buried under years of slow mineral depletion. But once your copper levels begin to restore, many men find their spark comes back faster than they expected. And now, let's move to one more powerful sign of copper deficiency that's often mistaken for something far more serious. Sign 4. Memory lapses and mental fog. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Or struggled to find the right word mid-sentence, even though it was right on the tip of your tongue? Occasional forgetfulness is normal. But when those lapses become frequent, or when your mind feels cloudy and slow, it's time to look deeper. And in many cases I've seen, especially in men over 60, copper deficiency is quietly playing a role in this mental decline. Let me explain. Your brain is a high-energy organ. It requires a constant supply of oxygen, fuel, and nutrients to work properly. Copper is essential in this equation. It helps your brain metabolize glucose, the fuel your neurons need to fire. Without enough copper, your brain cells quite literally run low on energy. That's when memory starts slipping, focus weakens, and that dreaded brain fog creeps in. I had a patient, 72 years old, who told me he was worried about dementia. His father had suffered from it, and lately, he had been struggling to remember small details, like where he parked or what day an appointment was. But his neurological exam was clean, and there were no red flags on the usual tests. When we ran a deeper analysis of his nutrient profile, one thing stood out: very low copper. After adjusting his diet and supporting absorption with proper gut health strategies, he began to feel sharper, quicker, and far less afraid of losing his mind. Now here's the surprising part. Copper is needed for an enzyme called dopamine beta-hydroxylase, which helps convert dopamine into norepinephrine. These brain chemicals are crucial for alertness, mood stability, and memory formation. Without them, not only does your memory dull, but your motivation and emotional resilience take a hit, too. Another issue I see is with myelin, the fatty sheath that protects your nerves and helps them communicate quickly. Copper helps build and maintain this sheath. When copper is low, your nerve signals slow down. You may feel slower to think, slower to speak, or like your thoughts are swimming through mud. This isn't just age, it's chemistry, and it can be corrected. One major challenge, though, is that older adults often don't absorb copper well, especially if they've had digestive issues, chronic inflammation, or years of relying on processed foods. Add an overuse of antacids or calcium supplements, and you've got a recipe for mineral imbalance. So what can you do? Start by gently restoring copper through whole foods. I recommend foods like lentils, quinoa, sunflower seeds, and mushrooms. If you're considering a supplement, Make sure it's a low dose and from a bioavailable source, like copper gluconate or bisglycinate. And always pair it with a conversation with your doctor, because copper must be balanced with zinc and iron to work properly. When my patients correct their copper deficiency, they often describe the result the same way. It's like a light turned back on in my head. That's how powerful this tiny trace mineral can be. Mental fog doesn't have to be your future. Sharp memory, clear thinking, and emotional strength are still possible in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. You just need to give your brain the building blocks it's been quietly missing. Let's bring it all together. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this: your body is always trying to talk to you. Fatigue, shortness of breath, low desire, memory fog. These aren't just random signs of getting old. Often, they're signals of something deeper going on. And sometimes, as we've seen today, it's something as small but powerful as a copper deficiency silently draining your energy and quality of life. The good news? You're not stuck with this. You're not broken. You're not too old to feel strong again. With the right support, you can turn these symptoms around, naturally, gently, and without needing to rely on endless pills or frustrating guesswork. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. Your body wants to heal. It just needs the right ingredients. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, there's always room to rebuild. Copper might be a missing link in your journey toward better blood flow, sharper thinking, stronger energy, and a return of that spark you thought was gone for good. If you found this video helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Type boost if you're feeling inspired to take action, or skip if you feel we missed a mark. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another practical, science-backed tip made just for you. You can also check out the video on spiced milk for testosterone or watermelon for blood flow. Great natural additions to support your journey. You deserve to feel strong, alive, and confident. And I'm here to help guide you every step of the way. Until next time, I'm Dr. James Wood. Stay well, stay energized, and never stop believing in your body's ability to revive after 60.